Adventure is a strange thing. It pulls riders toward the horizon, away from comfort, and into the unknown. It is not about speed or status but about connection between human, machine, and landscape. The idea of a road ending only where courage runs out has always drawn those who crave discovery. But for one manufacturer, that pursuit was more than a journey. It was a transformation. A brand once defined by chrome, thunder, and American highways now points its compass toward gravel, mud, and alpine passes. This story is not about rebellion or nostalgia. It is about reinvention, about taking the symbol of tradition and sending it into the wilderness to prove that legacy can evolve. The challenge lies in blending heritage with technology, attitude with adaptability, and comfort with control under pressure. Some see it as a bold step, others as a high-stakes gamble on identity. Either way, it is a turning point that could reshape how riders view American engineering in the adventure world. If that kind of journey intrigues you, like this video, subscribe for more deep dives, and comment on which machine we should explore next. The Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special 2025 enters as more than a motorcycle. It is a statement of intent. For over a century, Harley-Davidson has built machines that thrive on open asphalt, tuned to the rhythm of American highways. The Pan America 1250 Special changes that narrative by confronting a segment ruled by European precision and Japanese reliability. It asks a difficult question. Can an American heavyweight compete in a world built around balance, traction, and endurance rather than swagger and sound? To answer that, we have to look at why this motorcycle exists in the first place. Harley-Davidson built its empire on a simple formula: big torque, timeless styling, and a sense of belonging. Riders did not just buy a motorcycle. They joined a culture. But that culture began to age, and the company's balance sheets showed the cracks. Younger riders sought versatility over nostalgia, and global markets favored practical performance. The Pan America project was born from necessity, a calculated risk to attract new explorers while proving the brand could innovate without losing its soul. The 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special refines what was already a radical departure. The first Pan America introduced the Revolution Max 1250 engine, a liquid-cooled V-twin that broke decades of air-cooled tradition. For 2025, the updates focus on finesse rather than reinvention. Engineers have refined throttle mapping, recalibrated the adaptive ride height, and improved cooling for sustained performance under stress. The result is a smoother, more predictable adventure platform that retains the muscular feel riders expect from Harley-Davidson. The Revolution Max engine itself deserves attention. With a displacement of 1,252 cubic centimeters, variable valve timing, and a counterbalance design, it delivers over 150 horsepower and around 94 pound-feet of torque. Those numbers place it squarely within the high-performance adventure category. Yet, unlike most of its rivals, it still feels visceral, alive, and unapologetically mechanical. Harley-Davidson resisted the temptation to over-refine its personality. The engine growls rather than hums. The throttle snaps instead of whispering. It is not about chasing perfect smoothness. It is about maintaining character while achieving capability. The Pan America 1250 Special's semi-active suspension, co-developed with Showa, adapts automatically to load and terrain. The system reads road conditions and adjusts damping in milliseconds. Combined with adaptive ride height, which lowers the bike when stopped, it makes this large adventure motorcycle approachable for riders who might otherwise struggle with tall seat heights. For many, that single feature transforms the riding experience. Adventure bikes have long been criticized for their intimidating stance. Harley-Davidson's technology levels the playing field, literally and figuratively. Off-road, the Pan America 1250 Special surprises. With its long wheelbase and 19-inch front wheel, it behaves more predictably than its mass would suggest. Traction control and cornering ABS work seamlessly, allowing riders to focus on line choice rather than system interference. The ergonomics also tell a story of deliberate intent. The handlebars, foot pegs, and seat form a natural triangle that supports both seated touring and stand-up control on rough ground. The engineers clearly studied the competition, but resisted mimicry. The Pan America does not try to feel European. It feels American in its balance of comfort and assertiveness. On pavement, the Pan America 1250 Special becomes a grand tourer with adventure posture. The windscreen adjusts easily. The seat remains supportive over long distances. Cruise control and heated grips remind riders that this is a machine meant to cross continents, not just counties. The TFT display integrates navigation, phone pairing, and riding modes in a layout that feels more modern than any Harley before it. For 2025, the interface has been refined for clarity and responsiveness. Subtle, but important, because the first generation suffered from lag and glare complaints. Harley-Davidson's designers also took to heart feedback about weight distribution. The 2025 Pan America 1250 Special sheds a few pounds through material optimization and revised mounting brackets. It remains no featherweight, but its center of gravity is lower and its balance sharper. Combined with a recalibrated clutch and improved low-speed fueling, slow maneuvers and parking lot turns become less stressful. This matters for real-world riders, not test riders. Yet performance alone would not make the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special succeed. Adventure bikes live and die by their ability to feel trustworthy under unpredictable conditions. Harley-Davidson invested heavily in software development, something it historically avoided. The multiple ride modes, Rain, Road, Sport, Off-Road, and Off-Road Plus, each alter throttle response, suspension behavior, and traction control sensitivity. Unlike early efforts, the transitions between modes feel natural. You can climb from tarmac to trail without feeling like the bike needs a reboot. Riders familiar with traditional Harley-Davidson models often ask whether the Pan America 1250 Special still feels like a Harley. The answer depends on what you define as essence. If you expect chrome, bar and shield nostalgia, and the steady pulse of an air-cooled engine, then perhaps not. But if you see Harley-Davidson's spirit as freedom, self-reliance, and mechanical honesty, the Pan America fits perfectly. It does not pretend to be something it is not. It acknowledges that adventure requires adaptability, not rebellion. Design language plays a role in that identity. The Pan America 1250 Special looks different from any Harley before it, yet it avoids looking generic. The horizontal headlight, blocky silhouette, and exposed frame elements signal purpose rather than polish. It is a machine designed to earn dirt, not just polish chrome. The 2025 edition refines the paint palette with earth-toned options and new graphics that align with its adventure ethos. The result is a motorcycle that finally feels cohesive in both form and function. In terms of touring comfort, Harley-Davidson leveraged its long experience with rider ergonomics. The seat options include a heated unit and a high-comfort touring saddle, both designed to handle multi-day rides. The bike also accepts full luggage systems, including aluminum panniers and top cases engineered for quick removal. USB and 12-volt ports support modern travel gear, acknowledging that adventure riders rely as much on technology as they do on instinct. Behind the Pan America 1250 Special lies a deeper ambition. Harley-Davidson wants to expand beyond the image of an aging brand tethered to nostalgia. The company's leadership sees adventure touring as a gateway to new markets and younger demographics. The global adventure segment continues to grow, particularly among riders in their 30s and 40s seeking versatile machines that handle both work commutes and wilderness escapes. If the Pan America 1250 Special succeeds, it could redefine the brand's relevance for the next generation. The 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special demonstrates how ambition translates into engineering discipline. It is not simply a cruiser in disguise. It is a purpose-built explorer designed for performance, endurance, and comfort under real-world conditions. The attention to mechanical integrity shows in its modular frame, where the engine serves as a stressed member. This design reduces weight while improving rigidity, ensuring that the chassis feels unified whether the bike is climbing rocky inclines or cutting through highway crosswinds. Cooling efficiency has also been refined. The Pan America 1250 Special uses dual side-mounted radiators positioned for airflow even at low speeds, crucial when creeping through tight trails or dense traffic. Harley-Davidson adjusted the fan logic to minimize heat soak and reduce audible fan noise, a common complaint from the first generation. These changes may seem minor, but they reflect a deeper commitment to continuous improvement, something Harley has had to embrace to remain competitive in a world dominated by brands that have spent decades perfecting adventure machinery. When it comes to rider feedback, the 2025 Pan America 1250 Special strikes a rare balance between precision and personality. The throttle-by-wire system feels natural, the fueling precise, and the transition between on-throttle and off-throttle stable even during aggressive cornering. That predictability matters more than sheer output numbers because adventure riding often involves rapid surface changes. You can move from asphalt to sand or gravel in seconds, and a jerky throttle would undermine confidence. Harley-Davidson's refinements here show maturity in tuning rather than brute force power chasing. The electronic suite continues this evolution. Cornering ABS, lean-sensitive traction control, and hill hold assist all return, now governed by faster sensors and smarter algorithms. The result is a riding experience that feels proactive instead of reactive. Instead of cutting power abruptly, the system modulates smoothly, preserving momentum without compromising safety. The semi-active suspension further complements this behavior by continuously adapting to rider input. On long descents, it firms up for stability. On uneven surfaces, it softens to absorb punishment. Every action feels integrated, not layered on as an afterthought. A significant improvement for 2025 lies in the adaptive ride height system. The technology lowers the suspension automatically as the bike slows, helping riders reach the ground with ease. Earlier iterations occasionally delayed this transition, causing awkward stops on uneven ground. The updated system engages faster and more predictably. Harley-Davidson claims a more robust actuator mechanism and refined calibration. This single feature not only expands accessibility for shorter riders but also enhances safety in slow-speed maneuvers, making the Pan America 1250 Special approachable without compromising its tall stance during riding. In long-distance touring scenarios, the Pan America 1250 Special exhibits composure that rivals traditional Grand Tourers. At highway speed, wind protection remains stable thanks to aerodynamic refinements in the front fairing. The adjustable windscreen now offers a wider range of movement and improved resistance to buffeting. Combined with a supportive seat and well-padded grips, fatigue sets in later than expected for such a high-performance machine. Harley-Davidson clearly understands that adventure riders measure comfort in days, not hours. Fuel capacity remains 5.6 gallons, giving the Pan America 1250 Special a practical range for long hauls. Fuel economy figures hover around the mid-40s in miles per gallon, depending on terrain and load. This balance between range and performance is critical, especially for riders exploring remote routes where refueling opportunities are scarce. The integrated TFT display now includes a range estimator that accounts for recent riding style and elevation change, a subtle but thoughtful addition. Another aspect worth noting is serviceability. Adventure motorcycles often see rough treatment and remote repairs. Harley-Davidson designed the Pan America 1250 Special with easy access panels and simplified maintenance points. The oil filter, air filter, and critical sensors can be reached without dismantling major components. This user-friendly approach may seem minor, but for riders venturing far from service centers, it can be the difference between finishing a trip and waiting for recovery. Lighting technology plays an important role too. The Pan America 1250 Special's Daymaker adaptive headlight system uses 6 individual LED units that pivot in relation to lean angle, illuminating corners dynamically. For 2025, the calibration has been refined for smoother transitions, avoiding the flicker effect reported by early adopters. At night or in fog, visibility is crisp and wide. For adventure riders who often find themselves chasing daylight, this is not just a luxury. It is a safety feature that builds confidence when conditions change unexpectedly. Luggage and load management have been enhanced as well. The aluminum panniers mount directly to a reinforced subframe capable of supporting significant weight without flexing. The locking mechanism now includes a double-latch design for added security. Harley-Davidson also offers optional soft luggage systems for riders prioritizing weight savings. Every accessory integrates with the Pan America 1250 Special's electronic harness, allowing for power distribution to auxiliary lights or heated gear without aftermarket splicing. When evaluating how the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special performs off the beaten path, its stability and feedback stand out. Despite weighing over 560 pounds wet, it hides its mass effectively. The standing riding position feels natural. The narrow waistline allows easy weight transfer. Riders report that the traction control intervention feels transparent, allowing will slip when appropriate and stepping in only when true loss of traction occurs. It feels like an assistant rather than a supervisor, a key psychological distinction for skilled riders. The braking system deserves particular attention. Dual front discs with radial mount calipers provide firm, linear stopping power. The rear brake, often overlooked, is tuned for sensitive modulation, important for downhill sections or low-traction environments. Harley-Davidson engineers fine-tuned the pedal feedback after feedback from adventure instructors who noted excessive initial bite in early models. The 2025 setup feels more progressive, encouraging precision over brute force. In terms of customization, Harley-Davidson has expanded the accessory catalog. Riders can choose from multiple seat heights, auxiliary lighting kits, crash bars, skid plates, and even tubeless spoked wheels for increased durability. The Pan America 1250 Special benefits from Harley-Davidson's extensive accessory network, meaning owners can tailor the bike from commuter-friendly to expedition-ready without aftermarket compromises. One of the most interesting dynamics surrounding the Pan America 1250 Special is cultural rather than mechanical. Harley-Davidson built its reputation on loyalty and lifestyle. The Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special 2025 continues to reveal its depth when viewed beyond performance figures. It is not just an engineering project but a cultural experiment that redefines who the Harley-Davidson rider can be. Historically, the brand's identity rested on community and ritual. The shared language of chrome, patches, rallies, and roadside camaraderie. But adventure riders form a different tribe. They value preparation, adaptability, and endurance over loud expression. The Pan America 1250 Special is Harley-Davidson's bridge between those worlds, uniting tradition and modern exploration under one machine. That connection becomes clear when you examine how riders interact with it. The Pan America 1250 Special rewards independence but encourages participation. Riders document their journeys, create maps, share route data, and trade tips about suspension setup or tire choice. The machine becomes a tool for storytelling rather than just transportation. Each ride becomes a chapter in a larger adventure culture that values experience over destination. Harley-Davidson recognized that modern riders crave not just ownership but identity through action. This motorcycle provides the stage for that narrative. From a technical perspective, the 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special refines the interplay between electronics and human intuition. Its 6-axis inertial measurement unit constantly monitors lean angle, pitch, and yaw, feeding data to traction and suspension systems. The algorithms adjust hundreds of times per second, making the bike feel composed without feeling robotic. That subtlety matters because it preserves the sense of mastery that defines motorcycling. You never feel replaced by technology. You feel enhanced by it. Riders notice this confidence, especially when fatigue sets in. Long-distance adventure touring tests not only the machine but the rider's concentration. The Pan America 1250 Special's ergonomics and balanced control layout help reduce physical strain. Each switch, lever, and pedal is designed for use with gloved hands. The clutch and brake levers require consistent pressure, preventing forearm fatigue. Combined with adaptive suspension, the overall experience encourages endurance rather than survival. Harley-Davidson clearly studied what adventure riders endure on extended expeditions and engineered comfort as a safety feature rather than a luxury. The 2025 model also refines engine mapping for low-speed precision. In technical off-road sections, throttle control becomes critical. Too much response can upset traction. Too little can stall progress. Harley-Davidson engineers achieved a middle ground, providing immediate feedback without jerky transitions. This tuning allows even less experienced riders to approach challenging terrain with confidence. Experienced explorers, meanwhile, appreciate the torque-rich mid-range that makes climbing steep grades or overtaking on highways effortless. Another overlooked but significant detail lies in vibration management. The Revolution Max engine uses internal counterbalancers tuned not to erase feedback entirely, but to filter it. You still feel the rhythmic heartbeat of a V-twin, but without numbing vibration through the bars and pegs. This mechanical signature reminds riders that the Pan America 1250 Special still carries Harley-Davidson DNA. It vibrates just enough to feel alive. That balance between refinement and authenticity defines the 2025 update. The sound profile supports this identity. Harley-Davidson resisted the temptation to mimic European exhaust notes. Instead, the Pan America 1250 Special delivers a deep, controlled growl that communicates purpose rather than volume. It is the kind of sound that blends with the landscape rather than dominates it. For riders covering thousands of miles, that subtle difference transforms the experience from performance theater to genuine travel companion. Durability testing for the Pan America 1250 Special 2025 covered vast environments: desert heat, Arctic cold, and heavy rainfall. Engineers logged tens of thousands of miles across mixed terrain to validate software reliability and structural integrity. The revised electrical harness and waterproof connectors now meet stricter endurance standards. These measures address real-world complaints from early adopters who encountered moisture issues in extreme climates. Harley-Davidson's transparency in acknowledging and solving those issues signals a more mature engineering culture, one willing to learn rather than defend. Market response will ultimately determine the legacy of this motorcycle, but early indicators are encouraging. Dealers report that the Pan America 1250 Special attracts not only longtime Harley-Davidson fans, but also riders migrating from other adventure platforms. That cross-pollination represents growth potential the brand has not seen in years. For younger riders especially, the Pan America's mix of technology and American design creates a unique identity. Something familiar yet forward-looking. For all its advancements, the 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special still carries emotional weight. When you stand beside it, the presence feels undeniable. It does not beg for attention through styling gimmicks. It commands it through stance and substance. The height, the purposeful lines, the subtle detailing, all communicate confidence. It is not aggressive, it is assertive, like a traveler prepared for any path. That tone resonates deeply with riders seeking self-assurance rather than spectacle. The economic stakes for Harley-Davidson remain high. Adventure bikes represent one of the few motorcycle segments showing consistent global growth. Capturing even a fraction of that market could secure long-term stability for the company. The Pan America 1250 Special is both a product and a signal, a demonstration that Harley-Davidson understands where the future lies. If it succeeds, the company transitions from nostalgia-driven survival to innovation-driven relevance. Riders who have completed cross-country or cross-continent journeys on the Pan America 1250 Special often describe a specific transformation. They begin their ride curious about performance, but end reflecting on perspective. Adventure riding forces adaptation, patience, and humility. The Pan America becomes a teacher in that process, not by overwhelming the rider with systems but by empowering them to push beyond their perceived limits. Each mile builds not just skill but self-awareness. Harley-Davidson's contribution here is philosophical. Freedom now includes exploration, not just expression. For 2025, Harley-Davidson also invested in community building around the Pan America 1250 Special. Organized adventure training programs, regional demo events, and guided tours introduce riders to both the machine and the mindset it represents. This cultural outreach acknowledges that buying an adventure bike is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of one. The company's shift from selling machines to curating experiences marks a pivotal step in redefining its future. Financial and cultural returns aside, the greatest achievement of the Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special may be psychological. It gives riders permission to see the brand differently. It invites those who once dismissed Harley-Davidson as outdated to reconsider what American engineering can accomplish when creativity meets courage. The Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special 2025 stands as one of the most ambitious motorcycles in modern American engineering. It began as a controversial idea, an adventure platform from a company known for cruisers, and matured into a symbol of adaptation. The story behind it mirrors the journey of its riders. Uncertain at the start, demanding through the middle, and deeply rewarding at the end. By reimagining what freedom means on two wheels, Harley-Davidson discovered that exploration can be as powerful a statement as rebellion. Across thousands of miles, the 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special proves that evolution is not about abandoning roots but strengthening them through purpose. Every detail, from its Revolution Max engine to its adaptive suspension, reflects a balance between heritage and innovation. The machine does not chase perfection through imitation. It pursues authenticity through versatility. Riders can carve highways, cross deserts, or climb mountain passes without sacrificing comfort or confidence. That adaptability defines its character and ensures that this model will influence the company's trajectory for years. The Pan America 1250 Special's legacy may reach beyond sales or awards. It teaches that progress often requires discomfort, that reinvention demands courage, and that identity can expand without losing its essence. For Harley-Davidson, this motorcycle represents more than entry into a new category. It represents a renewal of purpose. The company that once ruled highways now challenges itself to master horizons. Ultimately, the 2025 Harley-Davidson Pan America 1250 Special invites every rider to reconsider what it means to explore. It turns fear of change into fuel for adventure. It reminds us that freedom is not confined to straight roads or familiar routes. It thrives in uncertainty, in discovery, in the places just beyond the map. And that is where the next chapter of Harley-Davidson truly begins.